Password?
Smimble.
Hey, buddy,
Oh, wait, thank you.
Buy the cheap shit again. It tastes like this.
Hey, man, you can't drink
Look at these two fucking ass clowns walking in like they own the place.
Doing a show here.
Goddamn millennials. Welcome to the Yancey Street Speakeasy, episode number 7. I'm Max.
And I'm Tracey. And we have fantastic news. I'm moving in with Max. I brought all of my game systems over today.
He's not moving in. I just let him bring it all here so I could...
How now, brown cow? Sorry, we were doing vocal...
Professional as always.
We were doing vocal exercises. I was loosening my jowls.
We were doing vocal exercises.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. In other news...
In other news, we're crashing and burning right off the bat. This is excellent.
We just spent about, what do you want to say, 2 hours trying to record an intro to this show.
It actually took us 5 minutes because we're really good at
yes,
what we do.
We're very good at what we do, and that includes... Max, list 'em. What are we good at?
Drinking beer.
Being friends.
Drinking rum.
Being best friends.
Okay, we did a good list.
And loving you guys.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Mostly that last thing. I've got so much love to give, and I will sing a song about it right now. Max, you start. He's my muse.
Okay, so since we were last with you, not a lot has happened because it was only 2 days ago in our time. Yeah. But in your time, probably a lot happened.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So we'll
take this time to tell us about your day.
And we'll take this time to let you.
Ba-da-dum. 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 Oh man, that was great. I hate it when that happens. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum. Max, stop touching my dick. So I don't know how... It sounded like Max had a pretty relaxed day yesterday. I was going out... I got a coupon, because that's where I'm at in my life, to get half off for a meal of 2. I offered Max to go on a bro date with me to get food, but I ended up just using it on myself and some rando.
Let it be known that I initially said yes, and then bailed.
And then broke my heart. It's torn into 1,000 pieces, so I ended up going to a bar in Key West called Irish Kevin's, not sponsoring anything, but it was their 20th anniversary this weekend of being open, and whew, that place was on fire. Literally.
You okay? Did you get any burns?
Anyway...
He just high-fived me.
No, that was going to be my... He high-fived himself. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, beautiful, intelligent listeners. He stole my bit.
I did. And now he told me he was going to use it, and I was going to...
He gave himself a self-five and then tried to trick all of you intelligent, woke people out there on the interwebs that I high-fived him. And
so yesterday I watched Rick and Morty while Tracy was out getting drunk with other people instead of me.
As an you, an intellectual, watched Rick and Morty.
I did. I mean, I don't know about the first part, but I did watch Rick and Morty.
I believe they're not making, at least, adults.
I'm pretending what you're saying doesn't exist.
Yeah, so it's sounding like Adult Swim is not making a season 4, but I think that's just because I mean I don't know the logistics of it, but I'm pretty sure somebody else has got to pick that up, like a different network or something.
Or a different Netflix.
So I don't know. I just think the franchise is too big at this point to go down, especially after, I mean, I've eaten gallons of Szechuan sauce by this point. I can't go back.
I'm committed fully.
Well, honestly, wasn't that great. It tasted like glorified ketchup. I actually had a friend...
I don't remember what it tasted like.
I had a friend...
I don't think I ever tried it.
I had a friend get it in, like, the last month, and he gave me a couple packets of it. I think they brought it back for like a day at select locations, and people went nuts asking for it, and I think my friend just brought home a bag of it. And yeah, you got a dime bag of that shit, baby. And I just ended up taking one with me, and I just thought it tasted like ketchup with a couple extra spices. I was not impressed.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're disappointed. What can I say?
I'm a man of few words, but fuck. I don't always finish my sentences, but when I do.
So, what game should we play first out of the 37 that you brought?
Did you count them all?
No.
Oh.
That
sounds like an accurate estimate, though. I brought pretty much every game I own over. Besides, my PlayStation 4 is currently being used by my boss, actually. He discovered Fortnite.
Real quick, we should take a momentary break and find out if I'm a savant and see if you have exactly 37 games that you brought with you.
All right, you talk about something fun.
No, we're
no,
gonna...
we don't need to pause it. I can quick counter.
You know what is not professional? Arguing on a podcast.
Whatever, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so
12, 13, 14,
I'm feeling. I'm too entranced to find out if I'm right about this or not.
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 45.
Not close enough. Not close enough.
45 games.
Well, I guess I'm not a savant genius.
I can guarantee you some of those were bought in like in the last month, because I do have very firm plans to do some Let's Play stuff, which I've brought this up to other people, and they're like, another one, and I'm like, yeah, but
But mine's gonna be better.
But mine's gonna be good. Yeah, I mean, like that's everybody. I'm gonna try to find some way to make it different and interesting. I hope you guys are interested enough in the bullshit we spout on this show that you'd be interested in watching us do it, but in context of a really bad video game, because the majority of the games I want to do on a channel, if we ever got around to that, would be really bad games, or and also really nostalgic games that also might be really bad. Namely, my current obsession with the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for GameCube, because that was my absolute favorite game when I was 12, and then I played it again recently, and I was like, oh man, those nostalgia goggles are strong and blurry.
Yeah, I will get drunk and then I'll play it. Maybe. I'll think about it.
Well, we'll find some. We'll do some Yancey Street verses. We'll definitely have some.
We'll spit some rhymes. Some Yancey Street rhymes.
Yo, my name is Tracey, and I'm here to say.
This part has been edited out because what followed is literally too stupid for the internet, which is a feat in itself.
Hey.
Moving on.
Nothing but the finest. We spared no expense. Like the misguided fool that created Jurassic Park. And that guy was cool though. I did dig his cane with the.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie maker. I was like, I don't know if that guy
Oh
was misguided.
no! The old fella, the good old boy that made all of those raptors, all of them raptors. Even though ended in disaster, and he was like, can we? And he never asked himself, should we? And velociraptors should look more like.
Maybe he did ask himself, should we? And he said yes.
He's like, they're gonna be dinosaurs, so yes. And also, I just want to throw it out there: dinosaurs should have feathers. Anyway, moving on, because that's been like proven, right?
Yeah,
like over and over.
Well, I don't know if it's been proven, but I think it's a legitimate theory.
I have seen it, like at first, like I think the world collectively went, "Come on," and then I looked at some artists' renditions of what that might look like. And I was like, yeah, actually, dinosaurs with feathers kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I was really scared of birds for a really long time.
Yeah, I don't think that a hawk or eagle is a silly-looking animal. They look pretty fierce.
Like, I love owls. Actually, I have 2 dream pets. One is a hedgehog and one is an owl. And I have, because of Harry Potter, obviously, because Harry Potter. And I want an owl, but then I actually held one at a zoo, I believe, and it was really scary because I was like, damn, look at them claws, damn, look at them talons, damn, look at them insane eyes with the pupils that constrict and dilate for no reason because they can see in a plane of existence that is beyond my imagining.
Yeah, scary.
Also, it screamed in my face, and I was scary. I was scared. I was so scared. I didn't like it.
You went to the wizarding world of Harry Potter and got scared.
No, I went to a zoo.
A zoo.
It was a zoo.
That's basically the.
I went to the zoo and I got scared. I still have, as much as I love Harry Potter and as much as I love Disney and as much as I love like Disney and Universal Studios and stuff like that, I haven't been to the Harry Potter theme park yet.
Neither have I. I'm not really a theme park kind of gentleman.
I'm not, but like I will make an exception for this, and also because I know they have a roller coaster based off of the Hippogriff ride,
which is just a roller coaster.
I know, but it's got Hippogriff. I like it.
Will you pet it and call it Buckbeak?
I will bow to it and not make eye contact and hope it doesn't scratch me like that little bitch Malfoy. And then my daddy will hear about that. Yes, he will. He's an important man. Dad works in Nintendo. I'm sorry. That's like a thing. That's just like a thing that's been on the internet for ages. Like when people are like,
my dad works Nintendo.
My dad, like when somebody's like losing an argument or something, like, oh yeah, well my dad works at Nintendo, and you're like, oh shit.
All right, we just edited that again because that was also legitimately too stupid for the internet.
This is we at least this time. So we're being proactive about our editing, so we're not having to listen through the entire thing and like go back.
I think it's because we're sober enough to realize when something we say is...
Stop me. We sound like we're the booziest people on the planet.
Well, we're not. We just happen to record specifically when we're drinking.
Yeah. But that's not like a stipulation of us recording. It's just...
Well, we are in a speakeasy. I didn't go here to drink lemonade.
Oh, that's true. Hey, a beer.
Cheers.
Tastes like victory. You know, I like to think of it more like this is how we kick back after a long day.
This is how we do it.
I didn't actually have a very long day. I pretty much today was my day off, so I got to sleep until like 11. So that was just wonderful. And then I did boring adult stuff like laundry and cleaning and putting my new insurance information in my car, and called my parents to wish them a happy Easter. Oh shit, I dated the episode. It's Easter 2018, y'all. It's also April Fool's Day. April Fools, this whole podcast was a ruse. You're not listening to anyone right now.
You imagined it all.
What a creative...
We've actually been playing Azkaban this whole time.
What a creative bunch of listeners that we have.
Yeah.
So is each of them individually imagining what we're saying? Are they having like a collective hallucination? A mass hallucination?
I think that they're each individually incorrectly imagining how they perceive us to be. That's why we've had to edit so much.
Yeah,
because they're struggling a little bit.
I think it's just they correctly expect the worst of us, and so they're just like, no, like it's like when you like listen to a band that you listened to when you were younger, you watched a movie when you were young. It's like, man, I really wanted this to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like alter my perception of reality to make sure that it still is.
And then you show it to your kids, and then you have to save face by still pretending that it's good.
Yeah. Because you don't have standards when you're young.
Which is exactly how indoctrination works.
Hey, all of you beautiful people out there.
You've officially been indoctrinated by the Yancey Street Speakeasy podcast.
We're
good.
Welcome to the machine. The entertainment machine.
We are media. We are the media.
Are you not entertained? Hey, look, a beer.
If anybody said no, go fuck yourself.
No, but we love our viewers. We don't want to alienate anybody.
I am willing to alienate anybody that doesn't like
Stop
what I do.
picking on me. It's been a long day. Remember when we had focus in this show, and now we
the first episode only.
And
actually, no, we also had focus in the Black Panther episode.
We did. That one got a little political.
It did.
A lot political. I liked it. Spicy. Felt new and exciting.
It did. But now it's old.
We spent the afternoon trying to the evening, the night, trying to figure out...
The late night.
Well, mostly Max figured it out.
Tomorrow morning we spent figuring it.
Yeah, Max was figuring out how to upload all of these tasty tidbits online, and I watched. I'm a good watcher.
I made it sound to Tracy when we first met like I knew exactly what I was doing, and I've just been figuring it out in front of him ever since.
I mean, I'll trust you. You can tell me pretty much anything, and I'll be like, I am a gullible son of a bitch. I really am. Yeah, let's focus on something for a half a second, because it's about my attention span tonight, apparently. Let's talk about, I don't know.
Do you have any good work stories for us?
Good work stories.
Oh, Henry Cavill was within 3 feet of me. I honestly, from where I was standing, if I had like a twitch, I would have accidentally bumped Henry Cavill. I also didn't recognize him at first.
I think you should have developed a Twitch just for that occasion.
Made him feel bad for me.
Yeah.
Come and hang out. With a podcast.
Come and hang out.
Come and hang out with me and my podcast.
Literally, all you have to do is walk in and say hello, and then leave, and then we probably hand you $1,000 and then say bye.
I wouldn't do that.
Superman don't work for free.
I would only do that if he had a mustache with like face colored makeup over it while he did it.
Well, I would have. In all reality, I didn't like Batman v Superman, so I would have come in and made him apologize for it. Like he was the one that wrote the script.
I would have made him apologize.
Say you're sorry.
Abducted Henry Cavill. Made him apologize for every bad thing he's done to Superman, which was signing the contract in the first place.
Yeah.
And then we would have had to kill him then because he would have.
Oh God. he was such an.
I'm sorry, Henry, because I really liked you in The Tudors. So
I really I liked him. He was in a spy movie recently. What was it called? It was based on an older show. It was a movie. Gosh dang it.
So are you telling me it was a reboot?
Yeah.
Because we need more of those in this world.
Well, I'm not saying we need more reboots in this world. Are you
I'm saying it.
Oh.
I'm saying every single thing we experience should be a reboot of something we've already experienced.
Yes, no more original content. Fuck it.
This podcast is a reboot of...
Yes, the one that we did in the 80s. You know the one. The one with...
The prenatal...
Jack Bauer, a fictional character from the hit show 24.
Which came out in the mid-2000s.
Oh, of course.
But also, that is a reboot.
Oh, but Kiefer Sutherland was... When was a time to Kill? Wasn't that one that had like Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey played the lawyer?
Yes.
It was a John Grisham
Yeah, I don't know. I just said yes, but it is a it is a John Grisham novel. I know that Matthew McConaughey has been in a few makes.
Yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey was in A Time to Kill, and then they did The Pelican Brief. That had Matt Damon.
I don't know, but I know Matthew McConaughey was also in The Lincoln Lawyer.
He was also in Magic Mike.
But that was not...
Most importantly, he was in Magic Mike.
Is John Grisham, did he do The Lincoln Lawyer?
I want to say yes. I read a lot of John Grisham when I was younger. He wrote Rainmaker.
I don't know. Anyway. I don't think anyone wants to hear us speculate and try and sound like we know what we're talking about. So.
We do know what we're talking about. We're like...
Speak for yourself.
I will, because we're at a speakeasy. And boy, is that something that I'm good at, is speaking easy. I put no thought into the words that come out of my mouth.
Speaking is difficult for me.
Beelzebub. I think that... Beelzebub has the devil put aside for me. For me. For me. The rest of the podcast is us just singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, this is Yancey Street Speakeasy. I'm Tracy.
Angsty Street Speakeasy.
This is the angsty. This is the Angsty Street Speakeasy. I hate my parents.
This is a reboot of the Angsty Street Speakeasy.
Just, yeah, like the. I love the word angst because it's just, every time I hear the word angst, I just think it's like, oh, hey, my parents, the world sucks.
The word angst sounds like almost angry to me, so yeah. I think of someone who like can't quite get there.
You know who was angsty was Superman in all of his movie debut. He was very, I wouldn't say, maybe not angsty.
Not all, but he was definitely angsty in all of the Henry Cavill.
Yeah, no, that's what I was referring
versions.
to. Henry Cavill, you're wonderful, but man, that was not the Superman that I know and love. For realsies, though.
It was not the Henry Cavill I know.
It was also not the... I didn't like... I didn't like Lex Luthor's portrayal. I wanted to say Mark Zuckerberg.
Long-haired Mark Zuckerberg.
Long-haired. Because Jesse Eisenberg, it's the Bergs. I guess Mark Zuckerberg and Jesse, because he did play Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
He did. Thanks for spelling it out.
Really. Don't sass me. Really enjoyed that movie. I love the beginning scene of that movie where he's talking to the girl.
Andrew Garfield was in that too.
He was. Dude, Spider-Man, putting the time.
Yeah. Spider-Man versus Lex Luthor.
You never thought you'd never see...
a way more boring movie.
Never see that. It was well written.
It was. I really liked it.
Very well written.
Although the girlfriend that I had at the time fell asleep in the theater. Just saying...
And that's why you broke up with her, right?
Yeah, I left her there asleep, actually. And I never talked to her again.
Wow. You just put like $5 on her lap and it's like, this is for the cab.
I don't know where you live where a cab costs $5, but...
I live in Pennsylvania.
You live in the 70s?
Well, yes. I live in Key West now. So that's definitely not true because I have to, if I want to Lyft or Uber or cab, I have to pay like $15 to go a mile. I'm like, oh, this is a great deal.
You give us $5 or we're not even opening the door for you.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right, now where do you want to go?
Cash up front, please. I just thought that Lex Luthor, especially in the comics and in the shows, he always seemed like he was definitely like he was a sociopath. He was a megalomaniac. He had more like grit.
Yeah,
grit is a good word for it. He had more focus. He had more poise, and
ironically, he had more grit, and Superman had way less.
Yeah, he did. Well, Superman was just Superman's like I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's an idealistic Boy Scout. And these movies made him almost as dark and brooding as Batman, and I did not like it. And that's, I think superhero movies, especially ones that kind of characters are a little bit sillier. I think they need to get with
embrace it.
And kind of embrace it the way that we're just gonna gush over Marvel for a second, as we do every episode. But Marvel definitely embraces the silliness of the characters. Like, I don't know if I've said it before on the show, but I love that Paul Rudd played Ant-Man.
Yeah, I agree, because if they tried to go serious with that, it would not have worked.
Like, I think picking a comedian to play that character was a great move, because he can laugh at himself, he can laugh at the character, he can like relate to the audience. Well, he can like the audience is like, really, shrinking powers, and then the character itself can be like, really? I get shrinking powers. That's cool. And then just slowly over the course of the movie be like, yeah, what the hell is this? But also slowly show why it's a useful power.
Yeah, it's a kind of genius move to make a comedian play the straight guy, in something that doesn't make any sense in real life.
Have you ever, speaking of which, I never thought I'd see... like, comment, and subscribe if you know more serious Will Ferrell movies, but I recently watched a relatively serious Will Ferrell movie, and it was I liked it a lot, but it was very off-putting to see him not being a total goofball.
From what I hear about the film industry...
Oh. Yes.
Is that...
Mr. fucking expert, Mr. Film Savant. Yeah.
What I hear.
Yes. Through the grapevine. Yo, Spielberg, baby! Tell me about the film.
What he mentioned to me the other day is that it's a lot easier for a comic to play a dramatic role than for a dramatic actor to play a comedic role. So
I can definitely see that. I don't know, like, I guess especially when you get into the realm of method actors, I imagine it would be real tough for them to get into a comedy. Like, I feel like, you think they'd consider that lower than like debasing themselves?
I don't know. I mean, I think for a method actor, all that means is that method actors, they act that character in their own life. So they would basically have to treat their real own life like it was complete comedy. So for, I don't know, for the people who actually do that, I mean, I'm sure they could manage. But the real question is, like, are you funny or not? Because there's so much timing that has to do with funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think one of the things is that if you're not funny in real life, it's hard to play someone who's funny. Mm-hmm. So you can't just be like, I'm going to be a funny guy this week, because if it's not natural to you, then it's not going to work.
I gotcha. Well, anyway, pulling it back, the movie I was referring to was Stranger Than Fiction. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
It's like, I mean, there are definitely, it's like a very lighthearted sort of dramatic movie, but even a little bit supernatural. Basically, it's this guy that Will Ferrell plays, this guy who's kind of like a little bit of a, I wouldn't say stick in the mud. He's kind of just a boring dude. Like, he has a routine, and he does nothing but his routine, and his routine is what matters. And he wakes up and he brushes his teeth exactly X number of times, and then he puts on one of the same 5 outfits that he owns, and he goes to work, and he is boring. And then one day, as he's brushing his teeth, a voice starts narrating his life.
I remember seeing the preview for that. I definitely never watched it.
And and like I don't know. And again, maybe this is me being like easy to please, but the movie made me laugh a bunch of times. I thought the concept was super charming in the way that they pulled it off, and they brought up some interesting points about making, because in the movie got kind of meta, and like it was like, oh, we're developing a character within a developed character, within a movie, within a story, within a movie, and it was just a little bit. It did some funny introspective sort of things, and the character.
I prefer Night at the Roxbury.
What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. Yeah, right. He went to Y'all can't see, but Max is
I almost just broke a window with my head.
he's doing some serious head bobbing. When I listen to Will Smith rap, I bob my head. When
I listen to Will Smith rap, I think of bad movies. Because that's what most of it is about.
West Philadelphia, born. So he was so he like ends up going to a.
That was actually more gangster than that song sounded.
Yo, motherfuckers, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days.
Bitches!
Lil Wayne in the background goes, what?
That's not Lil Wayne, that's
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
My bad. I don't know rap terribly well.
I'm not that familiar with the genre.
I don't know much about the genre. I'm a white boy from Pennsylvania, just...
Whereas I am a white boy from Monroe County, New York.
I know Monroe County. I wasn't exposed to it as much. Everybody in my area, everybody in my life system, until I moved to college, kind of poo-pooed rap music in general.
Country all the way.
Oh my god, dude! I'm of the opinion that there is no such thing as a bad genre.
You can try to... No, that's stupid. We're going to edit that out.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm editing that out.
No, keep it in. We're keeping it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We're keeping it rolling.
Was bad.
No, I want that in there now.
I can say it's bad, but if you listeners think it's bad, go fuck yourself.
Stop. I'm done getting in fights with the internet for today. Again, like my favorite method, I love killing people with kindness is the greatest thing, watching somebody get super angry and negative towards you and just being like, hey man, you have a great day. Because it throws them off so hard. Anyway, the hell was I talking about? I got inundated with country music all day, every day. All day, every day, and it wasn't good country music. It was like, Rockin' the Beer Gut. She thinks my tractor's sexy. Everything, Luke Bryan. They're just certain.
She thinks my beer gut sexy.
Rockin'
the collaboration.
Rockin' the Beer Gut, and she thinks my tractor's sexy. And there's one. It's Redneck Crazy or something like that. It's basically like the song that's like romanticizing a girl breaking up with him and a dude like stalking her and pulling his truck up in front of her house in the middle of the night and blazing his headlights through her window and drinking beer on the hood, staring at her house and throwing cans at her window. And like that's the entire song. It's like it's like, I roll my car up, blaring the blare lights on, I drank my beer, just threw it out a window. It was like cutesy and just kind of like, yeah, it was romanticizing stalking, and I was just like, I can't deal with this.
Sounds spoopy.
Sounds a little spoopy. 3 spoopy, 5 me. It's just, I don't know, there's good country and there's bad country, and most of the country out today is bad country because it's all pop country. And you listen to it, it's the same 3 chords over and over, and it's a dude, they say the keywords. I mean, Bo Burnham's done a whole bit on this, and I love it, and every comedian out there's done a bit on this. But I'm going to say it one more time in my voice because I'm original. It's very samey. They get these guys that sing about blue collar living and struggles, and they've never dealt with that in their life. They get a lot of white collar or a lot of the big country singers were like people that were nowhere near that lifestyle. Their entire life they had like pretty much most stuff handed to them on a silver platter, so they can't even relate to the shit that they're singing about. And I think that's a big old bummer. Anyway, so Stranger Than Fiction is really interesting, quirky movie, and I enjoyed it a lot, and you should go see it. Phil Wherrell, you're a great guy.
And don't forget, country music is poopy.
Well, some is. Some is poopy. I like all. I don't think I subscribe to no genre of music is bad. There's just bad, and no artist is necessarily every artist has the capability to be a good artist. Just judge by the individual song, okay?
No.
Hey, look, a beer.
Your rum's looking a little full there.
Yeah, I haven't sipped it yet.
Well,
yeah,
that's what it's there for. To look pretty.
It does look pretty.
It does.
Fine, I'll take a sip.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Is it a rum cake? Yeah, feels good, man.
Feels good to imbibe.
Feels good to create. It's like super pretentious. It's like, I'm a content creator.
Oh, well, you know what I did last night? I produced something of value.
With mine own brain. My business monocle got caught in my jacket and fell off, you know. That old story, so I had to get my backup monocle.
Okay.
We're
gonna focus towards something.
we edited out another stupid part and he started rolling.
I'm not gonna lie, all 3 stupid parts have been me. I'm 100% responsible for all 3.
I know, he just like started rolling. He started rolling the recording when I wasn't ready, so.
I think I'm funnier than I am, so I just say whatever comes to my mind.
You're hilarious, babe.
I am funnier than I am.
Babe.
Thanks for the support.
No problem, babe. Babe. What's up, babe? What's up, bub? What are you up to, bub? Nothing, bub. Just bubbing around, bub.
Okay.
So that was my Hugh Jackman impression.
I don't think sounding Australian qualifies as a Hugh Jackman impression.
Hey, that's what you think.
Hugh Jackie.
Hugh Grantman. Jack Human. Human.
I thought we were focusing on something. Was it focusing on being bad at podcasting?
We're focusing on being hilarious and cool. Because that's what
I didn't realize that, or else I would be doing it really good right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Mostly ladies.
Mostly gentlemen. Let me remind you that we're, in case you didn't pick up, we're hilarious and cool, and you should like us and be our friends, and support the things that we do, because we support you. I support you in everything you do. Remember that time that I babysat for you when you had to go to that audition?
Remember that time he listened to what happened for you in the last week or whenever it was that you listened to a podcast last? That was thoughtful.
I did. I totally listened. I totally listened and did not sing over you, because that would be irresponsible and
rude.
Yeah, how rude. Fuller, have you seen Fuller House?
I'll be honest with you, 100% honest. I did start an episode.
I also started the first episode.
I also didn't finish it, but that does not take away from the shame of starting it.
So here's the thing, though. It's not great. It's I loved that.
Well, I turned it off because it was too good for my eyes. Like, I felt like I wasn't worthy of watching it personally.
Instead of your face melting, it like reassembles an extra layer on top.
No, like the gods told me that if you don't turn this off,
you're unworthy to view such quality of life.
I would feel bad because my family is not as wholesome as theirs.
Oh man,
I didn't have enough uncles.
No family is wholesome. Is more wholesome than they have. Fucking Bob Saget, who is. It's really funny to see Bob Saget in other things, like having grown up on Full House, because then you see him in other things, and he's kind of a raunchy dude.
Yeah, he is.
And I just imagine him giving advice in Full House as non-Danny Tanner Bob Saget.
Yeah, I can imagine him as soon as the camera stops rolling, he's just cursing and and have fun with the family while it lasts.
Oh God. And
we'll see what you look like when you grow up, you fucking child stars.
Bob Saget, known best for his role as Danny Tanner in Full House, the voice of adult Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother.
And for America's Funniest Home Videos.
Also, yes. Wait, Bob Saget do that?
Yeah, he did.
I thought that was somebody else.
It was, and then it was Bob Saget.
What?
The guy transformed into Bob Saget.
Oh, he entered he entered a chrysalis.
He did.
He entered a beautiful chrysalis, and
he
then
metamorphized.
He metamorphized
and got less funny.
I love you, Bob Saget.
I don't.
But I watched Fuller House, and it wasn't great. I gotta lie. There was like a nostalgia factor. I was like, oh, it's back, and then I was like, oh, it shouldn't have. But I will say there were one or two jokes in that first. I might have watched 2 episodes, and the first 2 episodes that they did a little jab, a little gaff, a little poke towards the Olsen twins, because they refused to come back for the show.
Too busy doing
It's fashion, doing fashion. We will not speak ill of people on this podcast. Fuck you. You Max looking.
I said they were doing drashing, alright? Just chill out.
Fashion. They're doing fashion in New York. Yeah, well, because I guess the Olsens opened up their own fashion line, and they were demanding an obscene amount of money, or I don't know if they were demanding a lot of money or just refusing to come back. And
either one would have been acceptable.
yeah, it's one or the other, maybe both. But anyway, they basically didn't come back.
Do you think they were like, let's tell them no? No, let's demand $5 billion.
Oh man, that was a solid Dr. Evil impression, Max. You folks didn't get to see it, but he put his pinky to his mouth and everything.
So obviously it was spot on.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's all you need is a pinky.
I shall call him Mini-Me. Yeah.
Damn, now you just made me look like a fool.
I
You
mean,
look like a shitty podcaster.
What? No, you're the best podcast. There, but they did make they made a joke. They made a joke in the show where they were like, oh, what were the Olsen twins' name in the show? I can't remember. What was the baby's name? Michelle. Yeah, they're like, where's Michelle? And she's like, oh, she's busy running a fashion empire in New York. And then all the characters turned and looked at the camera. And I know it was super hokey, but I lost my shit when they did that.
Did you pee your pants?
No. Don't do that anymore.
Did we talk? Oh, we did.
Yeah.
I wanted to double check if we talked about anything remotely comic book related. And we did briefly talk about Henry Cavill. Henry
Cavill is a comic book. That is his existence. This is a
nonsense.
I'm so hot.
So much nonsense.
It's like warm in here. I don't think it's because of the temperature. I think it's hot because this podcast sucks so much.
It's the temperature because
it sucks.
I have to keep the air conditioning off or else you can hear it in the background. So we slowly increase the temperature of the room through the duration of the podcast until it's over and I turn it on and then we gasp. Which has basically been...
I'm going to do something a little selfish right now. I know for sure one person who is going to be listening to this podcast, and it's my friend Ray. So I just want to make a quick shout out to Ray Rosenbadger.
Is that his real name?
Her.
Is that her real name?
You fucking clod. It's a her, and she's fucking beautiful and one of the best people I know. It's Ray Rosenbadger. Rosenbager. But I call her by every variation of her last name. But it's okay. You can't do it. Only I can because I know her and love her. She's up in Pittsburgh, PA, working on... You know what, girl? If you listen to this on your long ride home, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make a breakthrough. Somebody's gonna call you in the next 5 minutes. You're gonna get in that show. You're gonna get that thing you've always wanted. Tracy knows it. He sees all and knows all. So do it. Do it up, and then come play video games with me tonight because I'm gonna be bored, and we need
bored hanging out with me. That's insulting.
No, I mean it's probably not gonna be tonight, unless we put this up tonight, and she happens to listen to all 45 minutes of however we've been going. Ray, come play Fortnite with me. I need to get a #1 battle royale. I'm bad at that game, and you help. So, finish driving or whatever you're doing, and get your ass over to the PS4. Anyway,
sorry, Ray.
You'll meet her at some point. She's a cool gal. But you're a cool gal too.
We're gonna get along great.
Yeah, I gotta see big things in the future, kid. Big things. We're gonna be celebrities someday. Someday. If we can ever talk about something. Like, I feel like we should, usually people that succeed in life put together really, they have organized things that they
That's not true. Have you seen YouTube in the past decade?
Okay, I take that back. I also feel like we're way too self-critical. Like, whenever we do this show, it's at multiple points during the show, we're like, man, what a bad job we're doing. It's like kind of self-deprecating.
Which is charming.
I can't tell
We're really charming.
But is it charming, or are we like overstepping our welcome in the self-deprecating humor society?
There's only one way to find out.
There's a whole society. We have jackets. Do you want one? Well, I'll design one.
Do you think that they'll revoke our jackets if we're too self-deprecating?
I mean, I have many mustard stains on mine, so I don't think they want it back.
I have stains on mine too, but I'm not sure what they are.
It's fancy mustard.
I wear it when I lay on the couch and naked alone.
with some sensual music in the background as you sprinkle rose petals over yourself.
That would be too nice for me.
Is this Chardonnay? Is this Brut? Brut Chardonnay. I don't drink it. I just stand in the shower and pour it over myself. While
do you love a good golden shower?
While Marvin Gaye plays in the background, I was like, "There's nothing wrong with me." Is that Marvin Gaye?
Why not?
Hey. Give me a second. I'm gonna fact check Marvin.
Hey, you were gonna say something and then you picked
Marvin
up the
Gaye.
phone.
I mean, he's definitely a singer-songwriter, but
yeah, he is.
Want to see the thing? Sexual Healing. Yep, that's the
And
one.
Let's Get It On.
And Let's Get Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
That's right too.
Let's Get It On. Yep, I'm right. See that? Internet.
Yeah.
Got him.
Oh yeah, so right.
You that growl. got that growl, girl. This is going off the rails. Do you want to end this one early, or do you want to keep going and see how it goes?
We've got to touch on something more comic book than seeing Henry Cavill.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be on a comic book. I feel like we just need to focus on something, or else we're just gonna keep I'm gonna keep hitting on you. You're gonna keep
Play hard to get.
You're gonna keep playing it off like I'm joking, but I'm not, and I'm actually getting more hurt inside because you're not responding to my sexual advances.
Maybe you should just put on some Marvin Gaye and see what happens. So comic books.
They exist.
So, Phil Coulson's going to be in Captain Marvel.
Is he really?
He is. It's official. So that Mr. Gay does not sue us, that's as far as we can go with that.
I'm so sorry. I hope, Mr. Gay, your music's fantastic, and please leave us alone. Anyway, let's talk about... I actually don't know that much about Captain Marvel.
Unless you want to hang out. We could hang out
Dude,
if you want.
we
But
could,
just don't sue us.
No. I mean, but hang out. Like, we've got video games. Do you like video games, Mr. Gay?
He's Marvin Gaye, man. He's probably really good at video games.
It's part of his name.
What is?
Marvin Games.
Wow, that was a great joke. Okay.
I bring it every time. Every recording session.
So yeah, Phil Coulson is in fact in Captain Marvel.
Actually, could you explain Captain? She's one of the characters that I'm not super. It was really funny because actually one of my favorite.
Will.
Oh,
I will.
He's getting his monocle out. Anyway, so I love.
Oh, I just dropped it.
Crash. I love Miss Marvel. She's a fantastic character, and I know she has like this whole story arc where she bases her her look and her style after Captain Marvel.
That's right.
But then she realized, but she was it was a whole thing. She was Marvel's first Pakistani superhero.
That's right.
And it was like the whole thing was kind of centered around like her just accepting herself as she was and not like what people or the media maybe wanted her to be. And I thought that was a really, really awesome story arc. She's a great character. But I don't know much about pretty blonde Captain Marvel.
That's right. So, so Captain Marvel is the very first was Marvel, MAR-VEL, a Kree soldier.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Super clever.
So clever.
That's right.
That's right.
So then the Brie Larson version of Captain Marvel, oh shit, what's her name?
Stacy.
No.
And her mom has got it going on. I don't know.
Okay, so the version of Captain Marvel that this movie is based off of is a Air Force pilot, a human Air Force pilot who gets her powers from the original Captain Marvel, aka Marvel, played by Jude Law.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So what are her powers? Because I never really understood
She can do energy blasts with her hands.
That's dope.
Yeah, she can do energy absorption with her body.
Even doper.
Yeah, so if you shoot her, she'll be like, shoot me, bitch.
Yeah, that can tasty, delicious kinetic energy.
Yeah, and so she absorbs it, and then she redistributes it
into her punches.
No, into her blast. Well, I guess punches. I don't see why not. But she also has the ability.
Ability.
Wow.
How many abilities do you have? Do you want to be an Avengerer? We only accept humans with special abilities.
She also has the ability to go binary, which means she's super marvelous.
Super marvelous?
Yeah, she's got more Marvel powers. Or more marvelous powers.
What?
Her hair goes on fire and she's more badass. It's like Super Saiyan for Marvel comics.
Oh, okay, going binary. I'm going binary. You can't stop me.
Yeah. It's something like that. I think she uses a voice like that.
Yeah. Like cancer, like throat cancer Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Harvey Dent. Can he be trusted? Where is he? Alfred, you gotta pick me up.
You sound more like Mysterio. Or no, Wait,
yeah, I was gonna say Mysterio sounds more like, no, I have got you now, no, Spider-Man.
Okay. So, Kenny's superhero character in South Park?
Oh, the Twizzler, the Twizzler, the Red Vine. I don't know. He's got like a question mark on his head.
The licorice candy guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you sounded more like him then.
You guys know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Moving on. We need to stop getting sidetracked. Moving on.
So Captain Marvel, looks like the movie is based in it takes place in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Phil Coulson is in it, because he's going to be a younger version of himself pre-death via stabbing.
Death, quote unquote.
Yeah, pre-death, quote unquote. And
because he appears back in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
And there's a whole story arc on that.
A 5-season story arc.
Not enough.
Not enough.
7 seasons.
7 seasons and 2 movies.
9 years. 900 years. Rick and Morty. 500.
900 years. Phil Coulson forever.
Need that
Rick and Coulson.
Rick and Coulson. need that sauce. I want that cake. Anyway, so it's gonna take place in the 90s. Is it gonna it's gonna be like her origin story and then show how she?
Yeah, it's gonna be an origin story.
What do you think's gonna happen? Like, how is she gonna enter? It's kind of ballsy to like enter a major character like. To put a major character like that in that late, like I'm nervous about what they're gonna do with her and what they're gonna do with Adam Warlock.
Well, I think Adam Warlock is going to be introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think he's going to be completely unreferenced.
An antagonist?
Prior to that point. Yeah, well, because Adam Warlock is...
I also know nothing about Adam Warlock.
He's a soulless being, so to speak, so he's kind of like... It's kind of weird how they do Adam Warlock, because sometimes they do him really well and sometimes they don't. But basically he... is a soulless being created in adulthood, so his experiencing the world is very, very fresh. And then he gets the Soul Stone, which acts as a soul for him, and so he kind of grows in that way. So I feel like they'll probably do something with that. I don't know how much they're going to want to use Infinity Stones after Infinity War, because if they keep using them, it's going to be kind of like, God, you got to give this a rest already. I mean... everyone's super hyped about it now, but after 20 movies or whatever it is, 21 movies, people are going to be like, all right, we've had enough of the Infinity Stones.
And please enter something else.
Yeah, so they might not use the Soul Stone for Adam Warlock, I don't know, but...
going back to Superman really fast, I will give Man of Steel this. I'm very, very, very happy that the main antagonist of that movie was not... Lex Luthor or some super criminal holding a green rock. I did really like that they brought something else to the table with like the old Kryptonians and stuff like that with General Zod. Anyway, closing that sidebar. Continue with Soulstone, Adam Warlock.
Well, I think they won't introduce him at all until after the entire Infinity War saga is all done. So
he's just going to receive it after that point?
I don't know if he'll even get it. I mean, they might use it with him to sort of advance his story, or they might just say goodbye to the Infinity Stones.
And you told me in one of the last podcasts that you think that Vision is going to eat it.
I think Vision's going to eat it.
I think... we're... you and I think Captain America's done, and you think Vision's done.
I think they're both done. Because I think that Bucky Barnes is going to be the next Captain America.
Okay.
Which is a completely original thought. Nobody else on the internet has said anything like that.
Yes. Keep that in mind, internet.
So you're all bandwagon.
That idea is patent pending, so don't even try. We'll sue the shit out of you.
Don't even get on my wagon. Just stay away from it. It's a one-man wagon.
It's a good band. It has a sousaphone in it. And some maracas.
Moroccans, I mean. Moroccans. I have Moroccans in my band.
They're excellent musicians.
They are.
One of them has maracas.
So, beyond that, I think they might do a late scene with Captain Marvel in Infinity War, either as they introduce her in the last minute, or they introduce her in a post-credit scene, and then she's in her own movie, and then she plays a larger role in Avengers 4. I think that's kind of the general speculation right now, but I don't think Adam Warlock will be in it at all. I think they'll save him for the main antagonist of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
What's the probability of Captain Marvel showing up in an actual Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet scene and not just an after credits?
Well, the chances of her showing up in Infinity War and not only like in a real full-fledged scene that's not the closing moments or a post-credit scene, I think are very, very low.
Okay.
And if you're saying that Avengers 4 is Infinity Gauntlet, if that's what you were meaning by that, then I think the chances are extremely high. I think she'll probably be one of the main characters.
Okay.
That's why her movie is going to be in between the two.
I think that would be... Well, because that's an interesting line that all of these movies have to kind of dance around or balance on, or whatever metaphor you want to use, is playing to the fanboys, but also making it relevant and interesting for people that don't know anything about the franchise or the series or the characters. So it can get... I find it a little bit... Because I want people to get into this stuff.
Well, clearly they are.
Yeah, people are, even people... and I know that, but like... if she just showed up out of nowhere or without context, or like Captain America's about to be struck down by Thanos, and then here comes Captain Marvel swooping in out of nowhere and saving the day, and then we were just like, okay, now it just feels like the movie's making up its own rules.
Well,
yeah, I want her to get introduced more organically and have like a bit of a story behind her.
That's why I think that they're only going to include her in a final scene or a post-credit scene. I don't think she'll save the day. I don't think she'll actually do anything other than literally just show up, because that's going to make people want to know what her background is. I mean, I really trust Marvel Studios on this one. They've done so much good stuff. I'd be genuinely surprised if they just fuck it all up.
I'm so excited. I'm very excited to see.
I think we're less than 4 weeks away right now.
Whew.
I think we're within a month.
We were planning on doing a whole binging of the series, but man, that didn't happen.
No, I fell asleep during Iron Man 2. What do you think? Should we fall asleep during Thor tonight?
Let's watch Thor. I might actually stay awake for that. The time is now... it's like 1:55 in the morning, almost 2 o'clock. I want to see it. I haven't seen the first 2 Thor movies in a really, really long time. I remember... I think we talked about it already. I remember really liking the first Thor movie and also really liking The Dark World. Just in terms of... I just think the other Marvel movies were great, where the Thor movies were good. And maybe not even that. I just think the other ones were more memorable, and Thor just isn't a character that I know as much about, and I'm sure fanboys loved those movies because Marvel's great at fan service, but I didn't know what he was about as much.
I didn't really know what he was about as much when I originally saw it, but I'm a huge nerd, so I know a lot about it now.
Fuck yeah.
That was years ago.
Nerds for life. Wow, look at that on the capture. That was a real high five.
This is going to be a running bit for the duration of our podcast.
No
commenting on the visual representation of the audio input.
I need this podcast to appeal to all 7 of our viewers' senses. Smell, touch, sound, taste, sight,
sexuality,
and smimble. It's one I invented. I think it's the one that they describe in The Sixth Sense.
Okay.
With Bruce Willis. It's the one where you can see ghosts of people.
Is that what he whispered in the closing scene?
I see Smimble. Oh yeah.
I think what he said was...
That was a deleted scene, actually. What
Haley Joel Osment said was, I smimble, but people didn't understand and they just took it as I see dead people.
Yeah, I smimble. She said I smimble. It's a... He. You all have it. He. What?
Haley Joel Osment is a boy.
I don't know people. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in 7 years.
That's
anyway,
remarkably specific.
Trust your smimble, folks.
Smimble sense.
I think
trust that smimble sense.
That smimble sense. It'll take you so far in life. You will. You'll love more completely. You'll treat others with respect. And you'll, and including the dead people that you'll see if you embrace your smimble.
And if you already do all that, then you are clearly in touch with your smimble.
And you should like, comment, and subscribe if you understand your smimble. Tell us about your smimble at
It's the World Web. It's not wide. It's just the World Web.
www.georgew. Tracy and Max don't know what the fuck they're talking about. .org.gov.
.rickandcolson.
.edu. .smimble. .web. www.web. So, we hug the person next to you. Let the people you care about know that they care about you. Cats are great.
I assume you're listening to this podcast with whoever's next to you.
Yeah,
and if not, put one of your earbuds in their ear.
Like, listen, this is a podcast that needs to be listened to with loved ones around a roaring fire, or maybe a water. Yeah, water. Just like find a bay or a ocean.
Just find a bay to chill with.
Piss off. And let them know how much they mean to you by showing them this podcast. They'll understand.
They will immediately understand that you want to mate with them for life.
They'll, just like penguins. Because penguins do that, right? They mate for life. They like present each other with like little stones, which I think is the cutest thing ever.
They're like, here, look at this precious stone.
I got you this thing. It means that we're together forever now.
It's gonna last forever.
Forever.
Like our love.
Forever. I'm scared. Forever. Anyway.
This has become the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
This is, we're gonna listen to this back, and we're eventually gonna be skeptical of it, and then we're gonna slowly come to love it.
Just so you know, if you feel dumber for listening to this, we also will suffer the same fate as you.
Do we.
Yeah.
I'm operating this podcast on my last 2 brain cells, and they're fighting every step of the way.
Okay, before they destroy each other in a blaze of glory and leave Tracy with 1 to 0 brain cells, we should probably say goodbye. So,
goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.